Have you heard about lcvoices.com? Landmark College's student news website regularly features content from Voices TV, WLMC Radio, and Voices Magazine. But that's not all. LC Voices also features work from you, Landmark students. LC Voices is your opportunity to publish any art, photography, creative writing, or journalism that you are passionate about. If you have any work that you want to share with our community, send all submissions to voices@landmark.edu.
Welcome back. You're watching Voices TV. My name is Guinevere Downey. This week, we're having a roundtable discussion about security cameras, and then we'll be talking about midterm elections. This will be instead of our usual broadcast of weekly events. Before we get into that, though, a few brief announcements. Residence halls close for Thanksgiving break on Saturday, November 19th at noon. If you plan to stay on campus, you need to talk to your RD or an RA while they're on duty to get the form that you need to fill out. Anyone leaving after noon on Saturday, even if you're leaving on Sunday, will have to fill out the form as well. Our other announcement this week is that the submission deadline for Voices Magazine is November 30th. Email voices@landmark.edu if you want to have your work published in the last print edition of the magazine this semester. Now, let's move into our discussion about security cameras with Venki.
Hi, my name is Venkatesh, and we are going to talk about the surveillance camera event in Landmark College. Hi, Guinevere.
Hey, Venki.
Hi. So what do you think about the whole surveillance policy and why now?
So, I've been following the security camera issue for quite some time, since the beginning of this term. Why now? Well, there was an incident at the beginning of term where someone put some hate speech graffiti on one of the walls of a dorm. And there was a large community push to get security cameras installed. And there had been discussions of security cameras being installed on campus for the past 10 years, according to the president of the college, Dr. Peter Eden. But this semester is where things really started to speed up.
So my understanding from this is that the camera situation was been in discussion all this time, and now it's coming into effect.
So there have been talks about it for, as I said a moment ago, a number of years, but no action had been really taken yet. However, this semester, Dr. Eden began having community meetings with the students of the college.
Yeah, the whole survey and stuff.
Yes, about surveillance cameras. And so there's been actually a lot of action taken this semester where there was not previous semesters. This semester, there was a survey sent out to ask students, staff, and faculty what they would look for in security cameras, where they would be placed, what they might do, that sort of thing. And those results were recently discussed at a community meeting in early November. And there was a agreement across the board, staff, students, and faculty, all agreed that residence halls should have cameras on every entrance pointing outwards, and there should be cameras in the parking lots. Now, it wasn't unanimous, but my understanding, without having seen the results myself, is that there was wide agreement.
Why does it? Oh. So, a change is about to happen.
So, yeah, the cameras themselves, we don't have a date on when they're going to be installed
Oh.
because there's still some work that needs to be done. For example, figuring out what kind of cameras to get and how to set up the right system. But the school has the money to install cameras. They're setting it aside, and it's a definite thing now,
Nice.
which is very exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
I mean the safety and security is always important.
Some of you might be wondering why security cameras are a necessity on campus. Well, and there's kind of two parts to that. First is the feelings of security and safety, and the second is actual security and safety. A lot of students, particularly students who present female or are of another minority, may not feel safe walking on campus at night. There's a lot of dark spots on campus, and it can be pretty scary walking alone in the dark. So there's a feeling of safety that some students may have once cameras are installed, knowing that if something happens to them, there'll be a starting point. And that ties into the second reason for security cameras of actual safety. While a security camera can't prevent anything from happening,
they can capture the moment.
Yes, they can capture what happened and who did it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. When cameras come online, even if anybody tries to do anything wrong, they would actually think twice before doing it. Yeah.
Exactly. Thinking twice is acting as a deterrent.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're on camera can prevent a lot of people from acting stupid.
Yeah. I mean, there's a great. I mean, the whole thing is great. This is like a better late than never. So.
There have been some concerns about privacy issues that students have brought up. Some students don't want to feel like they're being watched. No. And so there's been a lot of discussion whether or not cameras should be installed in residence halls. At the moment, the college does not have plans to install any cameras inside residence halls. But we should look out for more information from the college.
Yes, so about cameras shouldn't be installed in the residence hall. In my opinion, I think some cameras should be. I mean, at least one cameras in each residence hall from above, because I heard this incident where a student tampered with the vending machine. They couldn't track down who did it, so the entire hall had to chip in for the vending machine.
Well, I don't know. Was this something you heard about or something that you know?
Okay, to be honest, I didn't see it. I just heard about it. It might be true, might be not, but like you said, better safe than sorry. So.
So another question that's been asked and will be discussed further in the term is, what do we use the cameras for? What are the limits?
Yeah.
But I do think we're about to have another guest join us.
Nice.
To talk about more widespread issues. Thank you for joining us, Jalen. Can you update us on the recent midterm elections?
Okay, so far, Colorado, New Hampshire, PA are all Democrats. So Colorado is 86%, New Hampshire is 95%, PA is 95%. And
This is percent reporting?
yes, and Arizona is getting close to 70% and also Democratic.
Okay, so Arizona's leaning Democratic.
Yes.
If you are unaware, we've recently had some midterm elections. These are elections that happen every 2 years. Not opposite, but this was not a presidential election year. I'm pretty sure everyone is aware of that. But it is a very important election. There is a lot of really important laws that are not necessarily in danger, but there's a lot of laws are up for debate, and depending on the outcome of this election, some of those laws may be passed, some of them may not. Primarily, these laws focus in the areas of abortion access and LGBTQ rights. Do either of you have anything you want to add to that?
Not that I know of, no.
I just feel like the Democrat Party supports people more because they've always been about the people, for the people, and by the people in some way. I don't want to speak anything wrong here, but the Democrat mainly focuses on businesses. So.
Yes and no. I'd say that Democrats focus rather equally on businesses and social issues, but the same can be said of the Republican Party. Both parties do focus on the same issues because, well, they argue over which one of them is right, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk about my experience voting. I am a very firm Democrat. I have voted in every election that I possibly can, which is a fair few. I'm not going to disclose my age to you viewers, but I voted in my fair share of elections. And I found that these midterm elections are much more pivotal in a way than the presidentials because they focus often more on local stuff. A lot of states had ballot initiatives this midterm where they voted, citizens of the state voted on, residents of the state voted on specific issues like should abortion access be added to the constitution of a state? Should an outdated reference to slavery be removed from a constitution? As far as I'm aware, all of the ballot initiatives covering removing outdated references to slavery passed. That might have changed since I last looked, though. I have a computer in front of me. I can look this up. No, I can't. That is not something that is easily upable in this moment. Yeah, I don't know. Do you two have questions?
Not right now.
I mean, honestly, I think the whole abortion thing, because I feel like most people are mostly focusing on that. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like, abortion should be legal in most states because, like, what if someone that's pregnant with a kid and is not ready to become a parent, or if they're ready or not, like if they're not ready to become a kid, they should be fine with having an abortion. But I know before this whole thing, like abortion can be like bad for people. Like I've been hearing people are saying, oh, if you're aborting your kid, you should not be alive or something like that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
People can get very vicious about these
Yeah,
issues.
they can be very offended about the whole abortion thing. So yeah.
My opinion is that if it's not your body, do you have a right to say what that person does with their body?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right because it's their right. Their right meaning one can do anything with one's body, and just because someone else doesn't like it, they can think about saying that they don't like it, but they can't enforce their belief onto the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe the mom carrying the child isn't planning to like jail instead, or maybe something worse happened, and now it's like a burden because they couldn't remove it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So like a pregnancy that went wrong in some way.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
went wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
Thank you to both Jalen and Venki for joining us this week in our roundtable discussion. A brief announcement before we all leave. Voices TV will not be publishing an episode for Thanksgiving break. Sometime after break, we'll be publishing a larger project. Stay tuned for more info. I'm Guinevere Downey, and you've been watching Voices TV. We'll see you all later.